World War I, known as the Great War, left an indelible mark on the global stage with monumental battles, shifting alliances, and numerous military leaders emerging from the conflict. Among the most remarkable figures of this era was General Henri Gouraud, a French commander who made critical contributions to France's military efforts. Gouraud's career was marked by resilience, adaptability, and unwavering dedication to his country, qualities that defined him both on the battlefield and in the post-war period. His leadership during key battles, particularly at the Marne, alongside his service in the colonies, shaped his legacy as one of France's most influential military figures of the 20th century. In this video, we explore the life, military career, and enduring influence of General Henri Gouraud. Henri-Joseph Eugène Gouraud was born in Paris on November 17, 1867, into a family with a strong medical background. His father was a surgeon, a profession that Gouraud initially seemed destined to follow. However, from a young age, Henri was drawn to the military. At 21, he enrolled in the prestigious Saint-Cyr Military Academy, where he graduated in 1888. This was the beginning of a career that would see him become one of France's most respected military leaders. After completing his studies, Gouraud embarked on a military career that took him across various parts of the French colonial empire. His early assignments saw him deployed to Africa, where France was involved in expanding and consolidating its colonial possessions. In the 1890s, Gouraud participated in campaigns in Sudan, Mauritania, and French West Africa, often in difficult conditions. His leadership in these colonial conflicts earned him a reputation as a capable and determined officer, able to maintain control even in the harshest environments. By the early 1900s, Gouraud had established himself as a skilled military leader. His experiences in Africa not only sharpened his tactical and strategic abilities, but also exposed him to the complex dynamics of commanding diverse forces in hostile and unpredictable conditions. These early experiences would prove invaluable during World War I. When World War I erupted in 1914, Henri Gouraud was already an experienced officer with a wealth of knowledge gained from his time in the colonies. At the onset of the war, he held the rank of colonel in the French army, but the rapidly evolving conflict saw him quickly promoted to brigadier general. His initial assignment during the war was to lead the French expeditionary force in Morocco, where he was responsible for safeguarding French interests in North Africa. However, as the conflict in Europe intensified and France faced the threat of German invasion, Gouraud was recalled to Europe to bolster France's defenses. In France, Gouraud's leadership qualities were quickly recognized, and he was placed in command of various military units on the Western Front. By 1915, he was assigned to lead the French Fourth Army. His first significant action on the European front occurred during the Battle of the Argonne, a critical confrontation in which French forces faced German troops in a bitterly contested region of northeastern France. Under Gouraud's leadership, the Fourth Army played a vital role in defending French territory, particularly during some of the most challenging moments of the battle. Gouraud's ability to inspire his troops and maintain their morale, even under the most trying circumstances, earned him a reputation as a soldier's general. He was known for his willingness to lead from the front, sharing the hardships of his men and fostering a strong sense of loyalty and camaraderie within his ranks. One of the most defining moments of Henri Gouraud's military career came in 1915, when he was called upon to lead French forces in the ill-fated Gallipoli campaign. The campaign was part of an Allied effort to capture the Dardanelles Strait, open a supply route to Russia, and force the Ottoman Empire out of the war. Gouraud took over the command of French forces on the Gallipoli Peninsula following the death of General Henri d'Amade, and it was during this campaign that he would face some of the greatest challenges of his career. The Gallipoli campaign was marked by harsh conditions, difficult terrain, and fierce resistance from Ottoman forces. Despite these obstacles, Gouraud demonstrated remarkable leadership, rallying his troops in the face of adversity. However, the campaign ultimately proved to be a failure for the Allies, and Gouraud himself was severely wounded during an Ottoman artillery bombardment. The injuries he sustained were grave, resulting in the amputation of his right arm. Nevertheless, Gouraud's determination and resilience were undiminished, and after a period of recovery, he returned to active service. The loss of his arm only seemed to strengthen Gouraud's resolve. His return to the battlefield after such a debilitating injury became a symbol of his unwavering commitment to France and his indomitable spirit. For many, Gouraud's physical sacrifice was emblematic of the larger sacrifices made by millions of soldiers during the war. Henri Gouraud's most significant contribution to the French war effort came during the Second Battle of the Marne in 1918. As the German forces launched their final offensive in an attempt to break through Allied lines and secure victory, the French Fourth Army, under Gouraud's command, was tasked with defending a critical sector of the front. Gouraud's strategic foresight and careful planning were instrumental in halting the German advance. Rather than confronting the Germans head-on, Gouraud devised a plan to allow the enemy to advance into a vulnerable position, at which point the French forces launched a powerful counteroffensive. The tactic worked brilliantly, and the German forces were repelled with heavy losses. The victory at the Marne was a turning point in the war, and Gouraud was hailed as one of the heroes of the French army for his role in the battle. The success at the Marne solidified Gouraud's reputation as one of France's premier military commanders. His ability to devise and execute innovative strategies, coupled with his skill in maintaining troop morale, made him a key figure in the eventual Allied victory. After the end of World War I, Henri Gouraud continued to serve France in significant roles. In 1919, he was appointed High Commissioner of the French Mandate for Syria and Lebanon, tasked with overseeing the newly established French colonial administration in the Middle East. His tenure in the region was marked by significant challenges, including rising nationalist movements in both Syria and Lebanon, as well as tensions between local populations and the French colonial authorities. Gouraud's approach to governance in the Middle East was shaped by his experiences in the colonies and on the battlefield. He sought to maintain French control while navigating the complex political landscape of the region. One of the most notable events of his time in the Middle East was the Battle of Massillon in 1920, in which Gouraud's forces crushed a Syrian nationalist uprising. The battle solidified French control over the region, but it also cemented Gouraud's reputation as a controversial figure in Middle Eastern history. Henri Gouraud's contributions to both World War I and France's colonial efforts have left a lasting legacy. He was a man of remarkable resilience, having overcome significant physical and personal challenges to continue serving his country with distinction. His leadership during the Gallipoli campaign, the defense of Verdun, and the Battle of the Marne demonstrated his ability to adapt to changing circumstances and devise innovative strategies to meet the challenges of modern warfare. Gouraud's legacy also extends to his role in shaping France's post-war policies in the Middle East, though his actions in the region remain a subject of debate among historians. While he was a celebrated military leader in France, his tenure in the Middle East is viewed more critically, particularly by those who championed independence movements in the region. Gouraud passed away on September 16, 1946, but his legacy lives on in French military history. He is remembered not only for his tactical brilliance and personal resilience, but also for the complexities of his career, which spanned both colonial and European conflicts. Thank you for watching our video on General Henri Gouraud, a truly remarkable leader whose contributions to World War I and France's broader military legacy are undeniably significant. If you found this exploration of his life and career interesting, please consider giving us a like and subscribing to the channel for more stories from the hero's Historia. Let us know your thoughts about Gouraud and his role in history in the comments below. Your engagement helps us to continue bringing historical figures and moments to life. Stay tuned for more from Heroes Historia.